Peace be upon you. I hope you are well. Today I want to explain how we can use if conditional type 0. Let's start. Now, what are the objectives for this class? To learn how to use zero conditional. Number 2, to learn how to use could, may, and might. Last, to do the exercises.
Look at this sentence. If you press the button, this is press on the button, what happened? The light comes on. If you press the button, the light comes on. Now, what does mean of this sentence? Now, this sentence, if you press the button, the light comes on, you can notice that this sentence contains from two parts. If you press the button, this is part number 1, and the light comes on, this is part number 2. Now this sentence, call it in English if clause or if conditional, because it has if. The sentence, any sentence has if in it, you call it if conditional or if clause. What does mean of if? It means إذا. Okay. Second, we call it if clause or condition. Condition بمعنى الشرط. This part we call it if clause or condition. The light comes on, this part we call it main clause or result. This is result for the condition. Okay. Now, this sentence in general we call it if conditional. Now, go to the picture and look at the picture carefully. If you press the button, directly the light comes on. This is a fact. This is something is true to happen. هذا شيء حقيقي. اضغط على الزر بتضوي الكهرباء أو المصباح. فإذا إحنا بنحكي عن fact. We talk about fact. Because we talk about fact, we use zero conditional. Okay? Now, what does mean of zero conditional? If condition or if the condition is true, the result will happen. إذا كان عندنا الشرط إشي حقيقي fact، فإذا النتيجة حتكون كمان also fact ورح تحدث directly. Now zero conditional. When we use zero conditional, we use zero conditional to talk about facts. What does mean of facts? حقائق. Or the situations that are always true. مواقف تيجي طبيعية جدا هي هيك. Now this is the meaning of zero conditional and the use of zero conditional. If you want to express about anything that is fact or true, you can use if zero conditional. Sentence number 2. If ice melts, it becomes water. Do you know what does mean of ice? Now ice means جليد. Melts be liquid. جليد, if you put the ice into the heating or under the sun, it melts. يذوب. Okay. طيب, after this, what happened for the ice? It becomes water. If the ice melts, it becomes water. That's right. إذا الجليد ذاب يصبح ماء. This is a fact. That's right. Now, first, this is the if sentence or if clause. If ice melt, this is if clause. And this part we call it main clause or result. It becomes water. Second, look at the verb in the first sentence or first part. If I smells. Now this verb in the, yes, present, that's right. Now why we add s? We add s because the subject is singular, ice, or uncountable noun. The second, it becomes water. Where is the verb here? Becomes, that's right. Now why we add s with becomes? Yes, because the subject is it. From this sentence نستنتج من هاي الجملة that with if clause we use present simple, and with the main clause we use the present simple also. Good. Sentence number 3. Sentence number 3, it becomes water if ice melts. What happened for the sentence number 2? We exchange the position of the parts. غيرنا مواقع الأجزاء for the if clause. Now this is the if clause, do you see? And this is the main clause. إذن عملنا تغيير. If clause, this is if clause. Main clause, this is the main clause. In the second sentence, we start with the main clause and finish with the if clause. My question is, what is the difference between two sentences, number 2 and 3? Okay, is there any kind of difference in meanings? هل تحس إنه اختلف المعنى بالجملة رقم 2 and 3؟ جملة رقم 2 بتحكي إذا ذاب الجليد أصبح ماء. أصبح ماء إذا ذاب الجليد. Now what is the difference? No difference in meaning. Good, that's right. So look carefully at sentence number 2. In sentence number 2 there is a comma. This is comma. You see it? But where is the comma in the second sentence? No commas. Of if clause and main clause. ما في اختلاف في المعنى. But if you want to start with if clause you have to add comma. إذا إحنا بدينا جملنا بالإف clause لازم نضيف الفاصلة. But if you want to start your sentence with the main clause, no commas in the second sentence. The rule. The rule says there is a comma after the condition. This is condition or if clause, we use comma. This is sentence number 2. Sentence number 3, we don't use comma. We don't use comma. No comma here. Clear? Okay. Continue. Sentence number 4. If ice melts, it becomes water. The same sentence. I didn't change it. Number 5. When ice melts, it becomes water. What is the difference between these sentences? Yes. Look carefully. Yes. Number 4, we use if. But number 5, we use when. So, is there any difference between these sentences if you use if or when? Of course, no. The same. Because we talk about fact, we talk about a true situation, it's right to use if or when. What is the rule here? The rules say if or when they are the same or they have the same meaning. They have the same meaning. So no difference if you want to use if or when. But be careful that when come with if clause. Okay. The rule, if or when plus present simple, comma, subject present simple. Now this is the main clause, this is the if clause, and this is the main clause. Now, the second part of this grammar is may, might, could. Now, may, might, could, in English, they refer to a family called modal verbs. These verbs هدول أفعال طبعا يعودون إلى عائلة اسمها المودال verbs باللغة الإنجليزية. هلا المودالز verb معناها أفعال ناقصة، أفعال خاصة. Okay. Here in our lesson we want to learn something about these modal verbs. First of all, we use may, might, could to express possibility. What does mean of possibility? الاحتمالية، الإمكانية. When you say he could be at home, it means maybe he is at home. إذن could تعطيني معنى محتمل يكون في البيت. Sentence number 2, we may be at home. Also بنحكي عنهم إنه في احتمال إنهم ما يكونوا في البيت أو نحن نكون في البيت. Number 3, I might be at home. Also it means perhaps or maybe. Now look carefully at these modals verb. Now what we want to learn from these modals verb. هلا اللي بدنا نتعلمه من 3 modals verb these. First, I can use them with he or she or it without adding s أو es. Second, I can use these models with all personal pronouns without any difference in using. يعني أنا بقدر أحكي he could, we could, they could, we may, I may, he may, she may, it may, I might, she might, it might. No difference. Next. Always with this modal auxiliary verb, if you see I put the base verb, we use the base verb. احنا استخدمنا الفعل المجرد. These are the main points that you have to know them. The last. Now, the structure for this sentence: subject, may, might, could, and base verb.
Thank you for your listening. I hope you benefited and understood the lesson.